What's up, Van Fam? I'm Chad.
I'm Paul, and this is Orlando.
And we live full-time in our Storyteller Overland MODE 4x4 Sprinter van. We realized we haven't done an official van tour yet, so this is it.
All right, come on inside. Now, before we come inside, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more questionable van life content. So what we love about this van is how open it is, the open floor concept of it. We love that. We love having so many windows that we can see all of them, just letting in a ton of natural light. Chad and I both also work from the road, so it was really important for us that we had a van that not only could get anywhere with a smaller footprint, so fit in a traditional parking spot, but also that we could work comfortably on the road and have different places to sit and work. So that's why I want to first show you this, which is the Groove Lounge. Because the Groove Lounge is where we spend probably most of the day, because there's so many different configurations that it can go into. So right now it's in love seat mode, called love seat mode because right here, I can sit here and do some work. This table can go up and down, it's a lagoon table, swivels. So lots of configurations here. I can even spin around this seat and use that as my seat. And this over here is the love seat. So Chad can be chilling out over here, just doing work on his lap, just relaxing here. And then if we wanted to reconfigure the Groove Lounge, very cool what this thing can do. So first we're going to take down the lagoon table. And this thing breaks apart into 3 different pieces, but we usually just leave it together like this because we leave the table up most of the day. All right, so and then this part, I pull this lever, pull the lever, open it up, and go like this. Now it's starting to look a bit different. So if I pop this one up, and I'll move this pillow right here, now we're kind of like in a lounge mode, right? I'm not gonna put this up even more. Just gonna chill out like this. Or, if the view out the front's nicer, I can do it the opposite way. So pop this one up, flatten this side down, our pillow up here. Now, I'm enjoying the view at the front. This is kind of nice. And then when I'm ready to go to sleep, this whole thing just goes flat. And now I have a whole bed right here. And this is actually where I sleep every night. Oh, hey, Orlando. Orlando's bed is under this, but he sleeps wherever he wants to. And the other cool thing is that it comes with a 3-point seatbelt. So you can sit back here while someone's driving. And this is sometimes if I'm trying to do work, Chad will drive, I'll buckle up, sit here at this desk, do work. It's great.
All right, so let's talk about the control panel above the Groove Lounge. So let's start with one of our favorite features of the van, which is the Volta system. So here we have our state of charge meter. It lets us know how much battery we have left. And here we have 12 kilowatt hours of capacity, which is huge. We have no concerns about power whatsoever. We feel like we have unlimited power. And we have enough to definitely overnight with full AC on. And even we found we can get 2 nights of AC, no problem. But of course it depends on the conditions, the humidity, the heat, but we just love it. The Volta system also comes with a 3600 watt inverter, so we never have to think about turning off the microwave if we're gonna run the induction cooktop or the AC. We can run everything simultaneously without issue. Also, it comes with a huge alternator in the front, so it charges really quickly. If you're fully depleted, you can get back up to 100% within just 1 to 1.5 hours of driving, which is amazing. So coming down here, we have our water system monitor, and this is really neat because it works in percentages. Now, those of you who have lived in a van or lived in an RV know that you usually monitor tanks within thirds. So 1/3 full, 2/3 full, or totally full. The problem with that is that there's a big margin of error between 2/3 full and totally full. You don't really know which end of the spectrum you're on. Here it cuts out that guessing game. So you can see our fresh tank, it says it's at 49%. And then gray tank, we're at 38%. So there's no question exactly how much we have in those tanks. So we have 21 gallons of fresh water in here and 24 gallons of a gray tank. We also have a built-in siphon, so we can carry as much extra fresh water as we want, and we can siphon it directly into that freshwater tank. Okay, so moving over to our thermostat. What I like about this is we just have one thermostat for the heat and for the air conditioner. We don't have a separate system for the heat, so we control it all through here. For heat, we have the Rickson system. It's a diesel furnace and a heat exchanger. And what's really cool about that is we don't have to worry about propane anymore. We just have one fuel source, which is diesel fuel, and that gives us instant hot water, that gives us heat, and that also gives us fuel to drive the coach. There's also passive heating in the gray tank, so that will keep your gray tank warm so it doesn't freeze over when you're in icy conditions. And the other cool feature is you can also heat the coach when you're driving just off of the diesel engine. So we love the heating system here. And of course, the AC system is one we're familiar with. It's a very efficient air conditioner and we love it. The thing that we love about the system is it's simple. We don't have to think about it, and all of the systems from the heat to the AC to the inverter, they all work seamlessly. So we just don't have to worry about power or propane or anything like that. It's very straightforward.
So behind the Groove Lounge is one of our windows. Like I said, we have lots of big open windows in this van. And what we also love about these windows is that they're awning style. So we just kind of unscrew this and it pops them open. So it's really nice because if it's raining out, you can still have these open, get some breeze coming in. And we also have these window covers that came with it. So there's window covers for every single window in the van that's included with the Storyteller. And we love these because they're really well insulated and they're very easy to throw up. So check this out. You just open it up. And then there's magnets in it, so you can just pop it up. If you want to be more stealth, put the blue on the outside. If you want to keep the heat out, you put the shiny stuff on the outside. Either way, I mean, look how fast that is. So we love these things, and they're really good with insulation.
All right, so follow me and we'll hop on over to the galley. Welcome to the galley. So we have a nice Korean countertop here, a really lovely deep sink, which is great, with very good water pressure. Up here we have our microwave. It is very efficient. It hardly sucks any power at all, which is nice. And we do a lot of cooking in here. Next to the microwave is the Furion Bluetooth speaker, which is great. We take this outside and hang out by the campfire a lot. And I also like to play music while I'm cooking. So this wall is vinyl, so it's easily wipeable. The other walls are made out of a nice, really sturdy material, so those clean well as well, but up here it's nice because if you're cooking anything, you get any splatter, it comes right off. Below the microwave is our Max Air Fan, which is really nice because when you have the awning style windows open, they might seem small, but once you get this fan going, it's really sucking a lot of air through the coach, and you can suck in or blow out. So all of the drawers and cabinetry in the Storyteller Overland mode are made of composite wood, which is nice because they're not going to warp in heat or humidity. And the buttons are just so sturdy. You don't have to worry about anything breaking on you. The design's really nice. It's dovetail design. It's really sturdy wood, and we fit a lot of stuff in here. Now in the top drawer is the Induction Cooktop, which we haven't used yet because we are mostly assemblers and microwavers. But we have friends that use it and really love it. And the cool thing about this is it's portable. So you can plug it in here and use it up here, or you can use it on the fold-out table outside. Down here we have a hot water circulator button. So if you're running your hot water and you want it to be really quick, generally the hot water comes out very quickly, but if you're super impatient and want hot water like that, you can push this button, it'll come out. And then here we have our sink drain pump, so it'll drain anything if there's a little clog in the sink. Have some outlets here. And around this side, we have our mighty isotherm refrigerator. What's cool about this fridge is I don't have to squat down to access it. I can sit right here, open it up, Something always falls out of a fridge in a van. Here we have some vegan hot dogs, which we'll make use out of later. But you can fit a good amount of stuff. It's pretty deep. And you have a freezer right over here that has a door that closes, so you don't have to defrost it as much as you do in a freezer that has one of those crappy plastic doors that kind of flaps open half of the time. The other really cool thing about this fridge is if you're standing outside and say you want to grab a beer, oh, hi Orlando, thank you. You can open this up. And it opens 180 degrees, so I can grab my beer. And out here we have a nice table. Folds out so you can do some meal prep in here, make some coffee, and hang out outside. So while we're in the kitchen, let's talk about drinking water. So we filter our water at 2 stages. One, we use an inline filter. This is the Clear 2O, highly recommended. It filters down to 1 micron. So we use this as an inline filter in our hose when we're filling up the freshwater tank. And then when we're drinking, we use these Berkey Sport water bottles, which again can make non-potable raw water into potable water. Really great company, great product. So we'll just fill this up straight from the tap here and get our drink on. And here's our lighting panel and our awning panel over here. Now these buttons are touch powered, which is really nice. And you can actually dim all of the lights, the overhead lights, and also the lights on the awning, which is great. This controls the awning. Hold it in, put it back in. And here's an aux button that you can plug into what you want with it, power it through here. And over here are the cabin lights, same thing. They are on a dimmer, which is really nice for setting the mood.
All right, so let me take you now into our garage. So back here, this is the garage. As you see, it's separated right here, 2 different flooring here. Both of them are really sturdy. So this one right here is like the living area. We've dropped stuff on it. It's been more than fine. But the material on the floor here and on the walls kind of here, very sturdy. It's kind of stuff you'd see in gyms. So it's very, very sturdy. And you can kind of make of the space as you want. A lot of people will put bikes back here or other things because it does have that really strong floor and this L-track system, which is a system that you can use to kind of secure things in here or attach things to the bottom. We have decided to keep our one-wheel pints back here, which are like these electric skateboards. So much fun to ride on roads and off-roading. And these have like, I think 140 watt-hour batteries. So when we're done riding them, we just plug them in, turn on the Volta system, and it charges them up. No problem with this van, which is another reason we love it. So as you can see, this half of the Murphy bed is down. This is a double Murphy bed that folds open like this, closed like this. We leave this half down so we can use it as another workstation. This is our standing desk. And that way, with this one down, it also leaves open this window on the flare space. Now, underneath here, we've kind of made a makeshift kind of storage solution. We got kind of like this toy box kind of thing off of Amazon that's working. This is working okay for us right now. We might do something a little bit more permanent. A lot of people will go and get some more permanent kind of storage solutions installed. So again, make of it what you will, which is really nice. And then coming on the back here, we do have screens for the back windows. If you want to leave it open, we do have covers for the back windows as well. But I think that's all to report for in the garage. So coming along this panel now, behind our chairs right here, you're not gonna be able to see it, but there's a panel we can open up and access the freshwater system in there. And there is a siphon in there. That's what Chad was talking about before. You can fill up fresh water directly into that siphon. It also makes it really easy to sanitize the system using that. And on the opposite wall right here, this is how we access kind of like the mechanical system, the batteries, the Volta system. And so it's all inside. It's not like under the van and outside, which helps keeps it warm. which is really important for a lithium battery system. So it's really great that they've decided to put it inside the van. It really helps keep it more all-weather. So another nice thing is that these doors on the back open up all the way, which is really nice. And when they're kind of like that, they're a little bit stiff enough so that the wind won't blow them closed on you, which is cool. Coming over here, we have a plug back here. So this is where we charge up our one wheels. It's very nice. We also have a 12-volt plug, which I just kind of made this jerry-rigged this AT&T Hotspot here. So that's how we get Wi-Fi in the van. This is the touch button for the cargo lights. So if you need to see the cargo area, the garage area, there you go. And we have this really cool step up here, making it easy to get into the van from the back. On this side, we have the outdoor shower. So this is the shower. So if we turn on the hot water up front, you get really fast hot water here. So you can shower out back without filling up your gray tank if you're worried about that.
All right, so you may be wondering where our shower and bathroom are. And believe it or not, I'm standing right next to them. So our shower is up here. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm going to show you the flex space. So we lift this up, and over here, this of course is a step to get up into the bed, but if you flip it up, this is where the shower pan is. It's very high. We keep our Dometic portable cassette toilet in here and some other shower supplies in here as well. But you open that up, pop this open, and this is what's called the Halo shower system. So all you have to do is go in here, unscrew these screws, and then I'm going to undo this Velcro, pop it out, and here is our shower. It's actually really spacious. The material is a nice ripstop material, so it's not like you're getting stuck and it's sticking to you. It wicks water really fast, so you can shake it out, let it dry by turning the fan on, and pretty quickly it dries, and then you can put it back in, roll it back up, and it's out of the way. So I'm going to put this Velcro back on. There's no right way to do this. Whatever works best for you. Now I'm going to Velcro this up. Lift the shelf back up. And that's all there is to it. The thing we love about this is how often are you really using the shower? I would much rather use a space to hang out and just pop the shower out when necessary. Again, with the hot water system here, it works so well. We love our showers in here. And down here we have the toilet. Now I'll be honest with you, we haven't actually used this toilet yet, and I'll tell you why. Because the way that we roll, we're usually within easy access to a public toilet, so we'll use those. Or if we're boondocking like we are now in the middle of the desert in Tucson, we'll just dig a hole and go out there. And that's our preferred means, but we know many people that use the cassette toilet and have no issues with it. All right, so let's talk about the bedroom. So here, as Paul said, we leave this half down because we like to use it as a stand-up desk, but the bed sets up pretty quick. So I'm gonna come back here, pop this down. This is my pillow and my sheets, which I store up there. I flip this around. And then I take my sheets, so I just use a topper and a flat sheet. My blanket's already in there. Roll it out like that. Throw my pillow on. And here's the bed. So you can see the clearance is quite good. I'm 5'10". I have plenty of room above me and below me. The one thing I will say is, when your first night you sleep in here, when you get up, you'll probably be tempted to do this. And after one night, if you're lucky, you'll learn to just get out of bed like that. Overhead clearance sitting up on this, you can sit up okay without brushing your head, but we don't use it like that. I'll just sit in the love seat or the groove lounge up front. The AC is up here, but what I do is I close these vents and just let it blow out here so it doesn't feel like it's blowing directly in my face. And it's a really comfortable bed. It's a little on the firm side, which I like, but if you need something softer, you can put a little topper on it, which would be great. There are also lights all around here that are push lights if you want to do a little reading. Over here, you have 12-volt outlet and then some USB chargers, which we covered with black tape because we didn't like the blue light coming out of it. And over here you have some 3-prong outlets as well. But yeah, it's a nice bed. I'm still trying to convince Paul to sleep in it with me. He prefers his Groove Lounge setup.
All right, let's talk about storage in the van, where we keep our stuff. So in addition to all the drawers that are down here for the kitchen, this is where we keep our like dry goods, and we also keep our toiletries as well because it's right by the sink. We also have a cabinet up here that we kind of use for like bread and cereal and some plates. So you can see pretty good storage in there. This cabinet has the Halo shower. And then this one are clothes. So matching ones on each side. So Chad gets 2, I get 2 on the other side. The other cool thing about these cabinets is that they're lined with the fabric. So if you keep stuff in here that might jingle jangle, it doesn't make so much noise as you go down the road, and also prevents things from moving about. Keeps it nice and secure in there. Now, the other thing I wanted to show about this is right here. Like, this is really solid. I don't know exactly how much weight it can hold, but it can hold a lot of weight. You can shake it, no issues with that. So that's really, really well built. We love this. Again, the locking mechanism works really well for that. And that's in addition to all the storage that you can come up with for under the bed in the garage. You also saw in the flex space where the tub is, you can store some stuff in there. You can even mount stuff on the roof, and with the L-track, mount stuff down here. So lots of storage solutions available if you get creative, but really these cabinets can hold a lot. That's where all of our clothes go. All right, let me show you around the outside of the van now. So our van, by the way, her name is Shadowfax. She's built on a Mercedes Sprinter 144 wheelbase. So coming over here, you can see one of the things that jumps out are the all-terrain tires, and it's really helpful how high the clearance is underneath. We've taken it into some pretty rocky areas, and it's over some smaller boulders, no issues, nothing scraping along the bottom. So that's really, really nice to have, just that kind of peace of mind. Even just backing over a curb in a parking lot, no issues at all. So coming over here, you can see we have some really cool graphics added by Storyteller. We love these kind of stripes on here. Steps to get into the cab as well. Over here you can see the awning windows and kind of what they look like from the outside. And here is the smart plug. I think this won like product of the year for some like RV magazine or something. So this is our shore power. It's a little bit different than the traditional shore power. I wish we could give a review of it, but we've never used it because the Volta system, again, charges itself up. So we never go to campsites, we never plug it in. But if we want to hear, it's very efficient. The ladder. The ladder brings you up to the roof. This is very, very secure. You can kind of, again, pull on it. This is really in there. So very, very sturdy ladder here, which is really nice because we love going up on the roof. And then this is the flare space. So this is added to kind of give you a little bit of extra room in the back. That way Chad can sleep with his, side to side instead of front to back. And then the last thing on this side is the water intakes. So this one is city water connection. Again, you would use this if you're at a campsite, which we never do. And this is the fresh water connection. So this is how we fill up our water tank using those inline filters that Chad showed you before. And as you see here, it's called the Mode 4x4 because this does have 4-wheel drive. Again, allowing us to go a little bit further than maybe the typical van can. And then directly underneath the spark plug is our wastewater holding tank. That's the gray tank. This thing doesn't have a black tank because it just has that pneumatic toilet that you move around. So all the gray water goes in here, bring it to a dump, put it on the hose, and then just pull it open. Very easy to get to, but also tucked away so you're not gonna bash it when you're going over some rocks.
Welcome to the roof deck. First of all, check out this view. It's pretty nice, right? So we love hanging out up here. We'll set up some chairs on here, have breakfast, we'll meditate, even do a little working out up here. Really sturdy, you can jump on it, no problem. Our max air fan is up there. Here's our efficient air conditioner. It's the Coleman Mach, I think it's the NDQ. And it comes with some smaller Zamp solar panels, but to be honest, when you have Volta running your van, solar is just like a drop in a big lake of power, so you don't really need it, but they're there in case you want to use them or add more. And up here on the front, we have a wedge here just for airflow as we're driving. All right, so if you couldn't tell, we absolutely love this van, but for us, it's all about the adventure.
Yeah, so one reason we got this van was really just because of how far we could take it. Like, we love being outside. So we really, when we got this van, our motto is we're not going to try to live in this van. We want to try to live out of it. So we've brought this to some amazing places where we've gone hiking up into like the beautiful mountain ranges of Sedona and all around Arizona, you know, hopping on our one wheel, just riding around towns and cities, or off-roading a little bit and meeting a lot of amazing people along the way. Yeah.
And we've grown a lot as people and as a couple. I mean, being able to live within 19.5 foot van, I think it's 19.5 foot, and not feel like we're going to kill each other. Like, we have enough space in our own private sleeping areas and personal working areas that it really works for us.
Yeah. And like we said in the beginning, because we work full time from the road and we're doing this to be on an adventure, we don't want to have to worry about things so much. Yeah. And we feel really lucky that we got a van that just simply works, which is awesome.
Yeah. Now, one common question that we get is, are we going to change anything? Are we going to do any mods? And the answer is yes. So a couple of the mods that we're doing are, we're going to upgrade the suspension. Not that it's a bad suspension, but because we have a lot of weight in the back, we're squatting just a little bit. So we're going to do a suspension upgrade. We're also going to install our WeBoost through the roof, so we can use that when we're out in the middle of the desert like this. And we're going to see if we can come up, work with some people that know better than we do on storage solutions in the garage, and come up with a really nice storage solution from the garage. So keep an eye out for those videos. We'll definitely be making some about those modifications.
Now, you may have noticed that we didn't show you the cab, or the front of the van, and that's because we have a whole video all about that where I totally geeked out and showed you every single button in the cab and what it does. So if you want to check out that video, I'm going to put it right over Chad's face right here.
And if you want to see a video about the shower that goes into detail about how we use that, I'm going to put that video over Paul's face right here.
So check out one of those videos. But before you do that, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.